Greetings, friends. I hope you've been enjoying our homily series on Don't Believe Everything You Think. We are now on the fifth and final homily in this series. We started out rethinking our choices, and then we went into the meeting of the minds, God's mind and our mind. And from there, we had the imperative, change your mind. And last week, we left you with something to think about. And this week, you are what you think. Now, we are presented this week with a parable that has some big problems with it. It's the parable of the king who invites his servants to a royal wedding. Think about it. What would you do if an ambassador from the British embassy came knocking on your door, hand delivers you an invitation to a royal wedding in Windsor Castle? Can you think what that would be like? I mean, you would have to rent a Bentley or a Silver Ghost or whatever they drive over there in England. You know, you'd roll up to the front gates. You would then be called out in a proper British fashion, the Mr. Wargle family. And then we would be ushered in, and then there would be St. George's Chapel, this 13th century Gothic marvel, with all the history that's in it, and the dining room with all the plates set just right, every fork and chairs and all that sort of stuff. What would you do if you're invited to something like that? Would you say no? I mean, you'd have to be hopelessly leftist Fabian to say no. Of course you wouldn't say no. But in this parable, everyone is excusing themselves for rather mundane reasons of not coming to the banquet. Why is that? That's a real problem to consider, isn't it? And then, once in the wedding, we see this guy who's not dressed for the occasion. And so the king comes up to him and says, "My friend, you're not dressed for the occasion." And he throws him out into outer darkness. The poor duffer, he just wasn't wearing the right clothes. That's outrageous. What is Jesus trying to tell us in all this? Well, I need you to help me think this week in preparation for Sunday. Come prepared and come thinking about these problems that are presented to us this week. Can you believe it? I'm in my 4th month of being pastor of this marvelous church. I have to say, this is the most fun job that I've ever had. I just love you. I love coming to work here and all that's going on. And don't you just love Father Armando? He's great to work with, and he's helping me out in so many ways, and I'm sure that you've come to appreciate him as well. Now, we are beginning our ministries here in a very historic time, and there are challenges, but I believe that in times like these, there are also times of opportunity. And so pray for us as we continue our way into the fall and into winter, that God will lead us and guide us, and that we will come out on the other end of this pandemic even stronger than we were before. Love you all.